It has been well documented over the last 4 years that DreamWorks Animation has been going through some serious tough times ever since The Rise of the Guardians financially flopped in early 2013. The failure of that film led to a huge staff write-off and a write-down of $83 million, which was the first case of the company losing money in a decade, since Sinbad Legend of the Seven Seas in 2003. The studio's distribution contract with Paramount ended, and they went over to 20th Century Fox for distribution, with The Croods and Turbo being the first films released under their distribution deal. Turbo caused another write-off in late 2013, losing the company $15.6 million and ending 2013 just like how they started it, on very rough ground. Mr. Peabody and Sherman was released in early 2014, and it cost the studio to make a $57 million write-down, starting the new year on rough ground. The $57 million write-down at the end of the year was partially due to Penguins of Madagascar, despite almost making $400 million. There was a few films during the era that were hits for the company, like The Croods in spring of 2013 and How to Train Your Dragon 2 in the summer of 2014, but their successes were overshadowed by their failures and the successes of other animation studios. Throughout 2014, the studio was in talks of being acquired, one by SoftBank and the other by Hasbro, which Disney reportedly had a part of that deal not going through. As you can see, the studio was suffering, and they needed a deal fast, since 20th Century Fox was not doing much for them. 2015 came around the corner, a lot of restructuring was becoming very evident. One major sign of this was that one of the main studios for DreamWorks, titled Pacific Digital Images, was shut down in January of 2015. Another huge sign is that only one film was released in that year, titled Home. DreamWorks made an announcement that they will be releasing less films in the year as a new strategy. NBC Universal announced their intentions to acquire DreamWorks Animation with the intention of Katzenberg leaving, so Illumination CEO Melandandri overseeing both. Of course, there were a few tweaks made, but the overall agreement was agreed upon in June by the U.S. Department of Justice. It was finalized on August of 2016, with 2017 films The Boss Baby and Captain Underpants being the last films released before the NBC Universal acquisition took place. Here is where things get a tiny bit messy. Christopher DeFaria, president of Warner Animation Group, is leaving the company to be the president of DreamWorks. He was one of the 3 people overseeing WAG, and now there's only one other person looking over that company, as the other person was ousted a month ago. Apparently, Chris Melandandri was one of the 2 people who coerced him into joining DreamWorks, while recent reports have claimed that Melandandri is ready to be a senior advisor over at DreamWorks. Apparently, that transition will be made sometime this year. What do I think about all of this? I first have to say that it's clear that NBC Universal is looking forward to this acquisition and is putting a lot of time and efforts into making DreamWorks prosper again. When this acquisition was announced in the middle of last year, many were comparing it to when Disney bought out Pixar in 2006 and had Lasseter overlook both animation companies. All of these moves could very well be made to go toe-to-toe with Disney through the 2 animation companies, Illumination and DreamWorks, under their belt. Though the difference was that a lot of the Pixar staff still retained a lot of the responsibilities at Pixar, while more and more of the DreamWorks staff are losing their jobs and management is changing every month, it seems. Now that Warner Animation Group is involved, I have to look at the state of their company as it adds another element to an already messy situation. There are 3 people who are looking over the animation studio. Christopher DeFaria is leaving to go over to DreamWorks, Guelph Silverman, who was outed from the company a month ago, and Courtney Valenti, who's the only one left. Apparently, the studio is going to get an outsider to be the president beside Courtney, and that is concerning to some people. We all know that the company is milking the Lego franchise to death, which will be even worse due to the management issue. We saw that Storks came and left with no impact, and if they do not have other films going for itself outside of the LEGO franchise, the studio will flounder once again. We all know that their budgets for the films are huge, and because they are beside Illumination, who is known to have very small budgets, DreamWorks' future films will work on a smarter budget, hopefully, meaning that more money for them will come in. Animators are being laid off, and no one is doing anything to keep the veterans around. Regarding management, it could easily be a situation of too many cooks and not a head chef. All we have to do is continually watch over how Warner Animation Group and DreamWorks Animation is affected by this move within the next year or two.